Good morning. This is the small space beneath the stairs that lead into the basement. I am currently in the basement. This area I had just thrown like a whole bunch of junk, like pictures, frames I hadn't hung up. Here's some wood left over from the previous owner, and I cleaned it out. I put a couple kitchen items. This is just going to be like kitchen stuff. And then I bought this metal rack at Home Depot. These are my favorite racks. They're like 18 by 48 by 27 for like $100. I have a bunch of these. I store my eBay stuff on. The other side over here is like my eBay room. This is the back side of my eBay room. So a shelf will fit here perfectly. It'll be 18 inches deep, and that will leave like 12 inches that I can squeeze through and put stuff on the shelf. So I really want a metal shelf just for all my canned goods that I can myself, because they're just taking too much space in my regular pantry. So we just went and bought another shelf at Home Depot, and he needs to build it for me, and I will move all my canned goods down here and show you how I fit it in this small space. I actually have a pretty big basement, but I'm trying to maximize the spaces, and I just think this would be a good use for this small space. There is a little area beneath this crawl space. I put a couple boards up because my cats would get down there and hide, and it's spooky. I ain't storing anything underneath there. Too spooky for me. I've watched one too many scary movies, so that is one small space I will not be utilizing. Good morning. I have this shelf up. I've had this canning shelf up for a couple weeks now. I've canned a bunch of stuff since then, but I just remembered I had not finished my video. Sorry for the weird lighting. When it's just me, this lighting down here is enough, but shooting a video, the lighting is definitely not enough, so I have a headlamp on, and so there's weird shadows. So first off, I'm gonna get another shelf, like half-size shelf, to organize this stuff. So this is just a box of baking supplies. I always bake my niece a birthday cake every year, and my nieces, Haley and Abby, and my husband and stuff. So this is just random cake supplies. And then this is my pressure cooker I've never used. I bought this last year just to have in case I ever needed to pressure cook anything. They were hard to find last year, but I got a good deal. I did not overpay, and this is more like to keep it for worst case scenario, in case like we lose power for more than 2 days and all my meat defrosts, then I would cook it up and pressure can it, because you cannot water bath can meat, you have to pressure cook it. So a lot of the stuff that I do, like jellies and jams, you can water bath can. Pickling, you can water bath can, but like if you're doing a lot of like vegetables like green beans and potatoes, have to be pressure cooked. So if you're into canning, then you know that water bath canning and pressure cooking are two different things. And anyway, so the top shelf is I have lids, I have that shoebox is full of all my seeds, and then I have a couple flats of jelly jars and pint jars, new, unopened, unused. I try to use up all my jars without lids first, and so but this is all I have. I need to get some more jelly jars. Right now I can't find jelly jars. That seems to be the most popular jar at the grocery store. I can't find any. Excuse me. So this shelf, there. Is that better? Much better. Okay, so this is salsa, which you can water bath can salsa. This is pineapple salsa. I made 2 years ago. My dad always has a big garden, and he gave me a whole bunch of tomatoes. This is awesome. We eat a lot of salsa. These are candied jalapenos. A lot of people call them cowboy candy. I just call them candied jalapenos. And then these are, I think, the hot these are just plain jalapenos, hot, meaning I left the seeds in them, and so they're super hot. My husband prefers the hot over the candied. These I made this year. These are pecan pie filling. These are apple pie filling that my dad gave me. And then these I just made this week. These are praline syrup. It's an ice cream topping. These are all pie fillings I've made in the last couple weeks. This is blueberry pie filling, and then this is cherry pie filling. And these are all stuff I've done this month too. This is, so I have videos on all these. This is this orange syrup. This is like a cake topper. And I have honeysuckle, and blackberry jelly, and I have a lot of blackberry jelly. Oh, some of this is blackberry syrup too. So the reason I have so much blackberry is because my dad has blackberry bushes, and I had a whole bunch of frozen blackberries, and I just wanted to clear up the space. So I will be giving a lot of blackberry jelly to friends and family. And then violet jelly. I actually had like 6 of these, but I gave them away, and it is a beautiful color. All right, so then these are a little dusty because these are older. These are from 2018. This is jalapeno jelly. This is so good. This is my favorite jelly of all times. Jalapeno jelly, it's not like it's sweet and savory. It's just hard to explain, but if you like jalapenos, then you will like jalapeno jelly. And then this is pineapple jam I made this year, pineapple upside down cake jam. These are all jelly. See, these aren't all marked. These are all jellies that my mom gives me. She gives us strawberry jelly jam all the time. My husband loves her strawberry jam, and so I got a reminder. She's not always the best at labeling them. Some of them they're labeled and some of them they're not. And then my dad gave me some peach jam, some blackberry jam. I prefer jelly over jam because I don't really like seeds, but my husband loves jam, so he eats most of those. And then this is, I just did these the other day. This is blueberry syrup, and this is a flat of like just random canning supplies. Like I have the Sure Gel, pectin, real fruit, just everything you kind of need. Pickle crisp you need for canning. Some more jars. This is mulberry jelly I made this year, pineapple syrup, onion relish, and then I have some more flats down there. 2 more flats of jars. Are those jelly? No, those are not jelly jars. Things of vinegar, more stuff you need for canning. Like I got pickling salt, pickling spice, a couple packages of, you just add the fruit and you're ready. I have a whole bunch of lids. Now I lucked out this year, like I didn't have any lids. I go to like a store, like all the local farm stores, and like 9 out of 10 farm stores will not have lids, and I lucked out. I went to a store a couple weeks ago just when they were stocking, and they let me buy 10 packs, and so I bought 10 packs, and that's why I have lids. I had bought a bunch off of Amazon and paid way too much, but these were only like $3.99 a pack, which is like the price that you want to pay, so they let me buy 10, so I bought 10. So I'm all set on jars, lids. And then these are all like these are more jalapenos from a couple years, 2018, and these are pickled green beans, because remember I mentioned earlier that if you do green beans it needs to be pressure cooked, but these are pickled so they can be water bath canned. These, I would not do these again, so I did not like these. If you watch canning videos on YouTube, someone started a great series of what would you can again, what would you never can again. I would never pickle green beans again, and it's not necessarily like they're bad. I mean, I don't know, I just don't like the flavor. So what happened is my dad has a great garden, but he makes the garden's too big. It's too much for him to handle, and so he usually tends to like pick the vegetables a little too late when they've started to turning bitter. And so these are a bit bitter and a bit stringy. So, and these are one of my first canning experiences, so I've left them in the jars. Like we still eat them every once in a while, they're just not our favorite. And if I'm ever run out of jars and I'm desperate for jars, I would definitely empty these out and reuse the jars. But for now I'll leave them as is, because maybe I'll eat them, maybe I won't. Most likely I won't, but for now, until I need the jars, they're sitting here. And so what I have learned through canning is taste test as you can, because like for jams and jellies, the flavor is not going to change sitting in the jar. When you can it, that's when you need to taste test it. That's what it's going to taste like. Now pickling might change slightly, because when you pickle something that you give it time and that vinegar soaks in, it can make it taste a little bit better, but it's not going to change the taste dramatically. So I really should have tasted those green beans before I canned them, and so that I would have known I didn't like them, and I wouldn't have wasted canning them. But unfortunately I didn't taste the green beans. I didn't realize that they were bitter. Anyway, lesson learned. You learn, that's the thing about canning in life, you learn lessons, so I'm okay with that. And then this corner, I didn't have a shelf that would fit. This is just like a random kitchen stuff that's like big and so like, you know, like my turkey roaster, my egg holder, a couple crock pots, and then I have a meat grinder down here, or some kind of vegetable. It's a KitchenAid attachment I've never used. Some huge jars, all the rims. This is like an emergency heater. And then I used to throw these boxes away, the boxes that come with the jars. But everyone on YouTube is like, save them, use them to store your empty jars. I've used all my empty jars, so I don't need to store any yet, but I'm going to keep them. I don't know that I'm going to keep any more because I ran out of space, but, and then when I go pick fruits and vegetables, I just love the little, I can't throw this away. I can store stuff in it. It's just too cute to throw away. So that's just sitting there. Like, I tried to stay organized. This shelf is organized. This area, not so much, but I tried. At least all my canning is organized. And I do have space for a couple more jars. Like, if I need more space, I'll put this somewhere else. I'll put that stuff somewhere else. Like I said, I think I want another shelf right here. So yeah, this is my canning pantry. This is underneath this. There's my basement door going upstairs, and convenient. I like it, and I'm glad I did it because it used to just be like a whole bunch of junk shoved right here. So all right, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.